welcome back to
Third time.
Ganon Band.
Third
time.
Start the whole thing over.
Hey, your call? Nah. Welcome to the crappy part before we get to the fun part.
Yeah, so this is like the I know, like, this place is called Stone Tower, but this is more of a prelude to the dungeon rather than, like, the beginning of the dungeon itself. But we have to put the LG... We have to put the LG of Emptiness to immediate use because we need it in order to climb this vertical shaft.
Playing Intelligence Cube?
No.
Do you believe that Japan actually got a
That was
sequel
like
to
to
that?
talk about a shaft.
That wasn't even vertical. Like, yeah, like
Yeah, that was horizontal. That was a hallway.
That was
a hallway.
Yeah.
Which shows Elliot's IQ being a flat 0.
There's a hallway block simulator. I still got lost.
IQ 3.
Yeah, it's like I was not. I love that game, but I'm terrible at it.
I think I've gotten better as I kept playing it.
I have no doubt, but it's like I could only feel stupid for so long with Friday. It's like
I'm just not getting this.
Yeah, I'm just not getting it. I'm gonna move on.
I don't know, man. I feel like I'm being a fish, being yelled at for not being able to climb a tree. Fuck this game.
What do you breathe? Water? It's pretty cringe.
I feel like a parent's telling me is like yelling the question at me, thinking I'm gonna understand the question easier.
Just because if you yell it.
What is 7 times 3?
You have 5 apples. You have 5 apples. You take away 2. How many do you have?
I have 2.
If you have 5 apples!
Jesus Christ!
I have 2.
He's just
You
talking
phrased
to
it wrong.
He's just talking to a bunch of 4-year-olds. If you have 5 apples.
It's the grocer at the supermarket. I'm looking for pears. So there should be 2.
God, I actually remember this one time that someone got upset with me because they gave me a $100 bill and they thought they gave me a 20.
That's on them.
Well, that's
Wait,
That's
hold
just
on.
interest.
Wait, one more time.
They gave me a $100 bill,
Right,
to pay for their shit,
right,
thinking they gave me a 20,
right.
and they're like wondering, like, wait, what? I gave you $20. Why do I have this? It's like, because you gave me 100.
Oh, because you gave them too much change.
Yeah, they were not.
Well, that's actually a good thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You know-
I thought they were just giving $100 because a lot of people do that all the damn time. It pisses me the fuck off.
Yeah.
Nah, buddy, I give you 100.
You-
Please.
Dude, like
No.
Wawa especially, we had to set up signs for this specifically because people do it all the damn time. Like,
I
they
hated
fucking
that.
buy for a stick of gum and give me $100 bill to break.
I hated
I know,
that.
it's like,
I
would
told
you
him no.
go to a fucking? There's a bank literally right down the street.
I told him no.
I think I told this story before. There was a station where our supervisor was working, and they used to sell senior tickets for $1.
Yeah. Mhm.
So this guy would come in and give a 20, and he would get the 19 and change. So my supervisor got dollar coins, and when the guy came in, he gave him $19 coins. Yeah. And he said the guy never came back and did it again.
All that change was weighing him down. That was probably what was happening there.
All that change. Things stayed the same.
No, he was old. It was too much change.
That's a good one. I like that. Thumbs up, Elliot.
I don't like all this change. That was Family Guy bit, right? I don't like change.
The future is now, old man.
Thanks to science.
Oh, it looks like a silent monkey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
the point. You're going to see something else, too, when I
Monkey
convert the
cube.
fucking thing.
It's a fucking monkey cube.
Fucking monkey.
Wait a minute. Combining 2 excellent PlayStation 1 games.
Wait, Intelligence Cube and
Ape Escape?
Ape Escape?
Ape Escape.
Yeah, I was gonna
Ape Escape
say.
was alright, actually. I never
Love
finished
Ape
it, but
Escape.
I did it. It was good. I did play it. It was good.
I
just
never played
finished
any
it.
more than like the first hour of like the first game.
Oh, it's so good.
And even then, I'm pretty sure that was just a demo.
Yeah.
That's such a fun game.
PlayStation Underground.
That,
I mean, that's how you got a lot of exposure for a lot of games back in the day.
that game had me.
Yeah, you got to
That
have
game had me
playable
screaming at
demos
1 in the
instead of
morning.
Fake trailers.
Well, there's the thing, the underground samplers had a combination of both. Like, they would have
Yeah,
their
they did
playable
have some of them,
demos,
yeah.
and he had some of them were
And some of them were just videos.
FMV
Yeah.
trailers.
Yeah. Jam packs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jam pack volume 1.
My favorite was like the samplers that had secret codes that unlocked other
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
demos, you know. So, having some fun with your free demo disc. I really like that.
Now you get free demo disc if you pay for them.
I don't remember like half.
That hurt me, Greg.
What a deal! I'm pretty sure I don't remember like half of the shit that I used to sample on PlayStation because there was like a lot of kooky games that outside of like your Tomb Raider, your
Rascal
Crash
was one of them.
Bandicoot, Rascal was a demo we played first,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and then
Jet Moto.
Jet
I
Moto.
think I remember Jet Moto or Jet Moto 2.
Jet Moto, Jet Moto 2 was both.
Jet Moto had the gameplay demo. 2 was an FMV trailer.
Okay.
Depending on
There
what
was-
underground sampler you played down.
There was also a trailer video for Gex 2 on
Yeah,
one of them.
I remember that.
Don't bother with these switches down here, by the way. Fuck you. Don't bother with the switches down there. They're just for return trips. It's the fucking sequel all over again.
Well, that's a big fucking rock.
That's a big Twinkie.
Look at the giant.
That's a big
Cocoa Puff.
Twinkie. We're gonna say the giant link later in the game.
They look like meatballs to me. Other than that, I'm hungry.
I'm not comfortable with calling the 12-year-old boy a twink. Okay. Go save that for Twilight.
Ow.
Princess.
My favorite.
Then we'll call him a big Twinkie.
My favorite line from Star Wars: The Last Jedi. I want that twink obliterated.
Ganondorf said the same thing.
More!
Fire back.
And I like it. John stole my thunder there.
What do you mean?
How can I make this about Twilight Princess?
Because it's the first game that came to mind when it comes to an adult Link coming back.
That's my stick, buddy.
Because I was going to say Wind Waker. I was like, no, Wind Waker, he's still a kid in that one. So I'm not comfortable calling that twink either.
Final owl statue. Thank Christ. And we ain't gotta scale that twice. Now, I think this is like one of the only times where the order of it matters. I think it's like front, right, left.
Yeah, the last one I think you're using is the Deku one because
No, you're using Deku at all.
you're using Deku because the Deku can't is too light. It doesn't actually.
He's not fat.
Yeah, it doesn't apply
He's
pressure.
full of fiber, but he's not fat.
Ooh, excuse
Bless
me.
you.
God.
Speaking of fiber,
Thanks, gamer.
this isn't one of those 23 is number 1 gags, is it?
I think so. Everything else was recycled. Why not that?
Because this is Switch number 2.
Oh, I thought you were checking his genetics.
No.
Now, while I do easily remember the dungeon itself, the fairies can be the trickiest in the game here. So we're gonna. So, like I said, if I whiff one, feel free to yell at me at the comments. It drives up engagement.
Now you're getting
Yeah,
it.
it's like we're not even being subtle about it anymore.
Now you're getting it. Oh my God, he's playing Fortnite.
Where's Slim Shady?
I wonder. You know, there's bound to be somebody who fucking did it in this game. Like they made the tracks like that. I actually really need a regular boss for the next dungeon. So.
Well, I got the jar for you.
Shit.
Did one before the other, so I think you want to swap.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
No.
Go.
Oh no, I tanked the Let's Play again.
No, it's just like you gotta speed it up. I was like,
Oh
It's
shit!
like the dummy
I
shows
fucked
up
up during a
half
charity stream.
Oh, I thought it was.
Now I'm gonna be bitter about it for months.
I thought it was the
Elliot,
Bugs Bunny
enough about-
piano.
Elliot, I mean, let's be real. I like your impersonation of me here, but come on.
Accurate,
Like
but
two-
uncalled for.
Like 2 out of 10. That was a terrible match.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Yeah, but where's the white, Elliot? Where's the white in it?
It was in the last dungeon.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They were dancing, remember?
Yeah, at my expense. Now we got it correct. Now we just gotta hop over and hope like I don't fall off like an idiot. That's why I always put on the bunny hood mask on these jumps.
No pressure. No pressure.
No, he's fine.
You
can also get
the
it
bunny
through
hood
just a
makes,
rolling
the
jump.
bunny hood makes us free. Yeah.
Rolling jump.
What are you, my mother? Anyway,
They see
that is
me
my favorite
mowing.
dungeon in the game, the Stone Tower Temple.
They see me mowing.
Rolling jumps on the tips of the edge.
I
Why
think,
do those eyes
I
look
think
Why do those eyes look like titties?
I'll tell
Look
you
at
what-
it! Look at it! One of them's deflated!
After a really botched surgery.
Elliot, I'll tell you that when they get older.
Fucking, that's the one.
You know what they look like?
Someone
Those
squeezes
pimple
the fuck
popper
out of
things.
it. Yeah,
Oh.
squeezes the shit out of it.
It's like one of those. It's like one of those pimple popping videos that like, you have to use like a fucking needle to open it.
Yeah,
And
Can we stop?
yeah, I know they are gross. I want to. Oh,
You got
The fucking bomb juice like, yeah, you need to shut up now.
You guys watching pimple videos?
Don't you have games
I'm
on your
down.
phone?
Might I interest you in a song?
You want to see a dead body?
Yeah.
Actually, does that mask work on the bomb juice?
I never thought of it.
I
We'll try it
never
out
thought
when
of-
we see another one.
Because they're all over the bottom of this area right here, I think.
This level also has the trickiest stray fairies in the game to get. Because you
Yeah.
gotta find them both when this thing is regular, when it flips, and when it flips back.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what animal control says about trying to find stray animals in the street.
Yeah, but, they don't play a tune to turn the earth upside down, to find additional stray cats.
Yeah, but isn't that what the Pied Piper did? Yeah. That would work out very well.
No, the Pied Piper
You
was a child abductor, Greg.
You just-
Come on.
Yeah, but you could use the same thing for rats.
Oh, that Pod Piper stealing kids again.
All right,
Yeah, I
let's
was like,
see it.
do we want to try it here?
Do it.
I don't think it will, but it'd be really
let's
interesting
see.
if it did, yeah.
You're not even equipping
That's
it.
taking the longest.
Yeah, equip it. Who knows? Maybe you'll find something amazing. Did I miss something?
He's on the ceiling.
It's on the ceiling. Did
Oh,
it stop?
what a feeling. He's
Oh,
dancing on the ceiling. Yeah, why did he do that?
1963. Like, what's going on with this thing?
I
Yeah.
think it just like shot the bed on its programming, so we're just gonna...
Was that
But it
because
was-
of the mask?
I
Was
think
that-
it's
Was that
because
because of you?
Yeah.
No, I think it's just shitting the bed on the
I
programming.
think next time we see a bomb shoot on the ground, it doesn't go up the ceiling like that. Try it again.
Alright.
Because I've never seen the bomb shoot act that way. Normally, it just travels around the wall and the ceiling to beeline towards you.
That's how the bomb choose you buy works.
Yeah. It's supposed to go the other way, but it keeps coming back like a boomerang.
I really hate the sprite work on the bomb chew tail though, because it looks like a friggin'. It just looks like
It's a 2D object.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just hate how that looks.
64 does that too, and so does
I know they all
Ocarina
do
of
it.
Time. Yeah.
I know they're doing
It's
it.
just that you don't like looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you put so much effort into everything else. Why did that get the shortcut?
Because as impressive as the technological leap between the N64, PlayStation 1, and like Genesis and Super Nintendo was, there were still limitations.
Of course.
They called me a racial slur like twice.
Elliot, the goddamn Neo Geo wasn't an anti-Semite.
I have no idea what the hell that concept was going.
Elliot got traumatized.
She made me want to play
by
Neo
Jack
Geo.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
I remember somebody on Twitter once called the game Yu-Gi-Oh.
Say what?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, okay.
J-E-W-G-I-O-H. It was a response to something silly, so everybody's like laughing at it, but
Wait, you want to do the bomb shoot thing?
Yeah. Let's try the.
Yeah,
let's
it's on
try
the ground.
All right. So it's definitely on the ground right now.
Yeah.
It's too,
Might have been too late.
technically it worked. I mean,
it's too late though. I think you started too
Yeah.
late. Yeah.
I mean, technically it worked. It lured the animal to me.
It knew you were a kid.
Yeah.
I saw that, buddy.
Bitch detected.
There's one.
This isn't Skyrim.
There's one switch that has to explicitly get the gore on. Wait, what am I doing? Hey, asshole.
Wait, why
How about you?
I'm a rock.
Link punched a bomb with acceptable results.
I thought that was right.
Sometimes if you play the song a little too fast, the game can't pick it up.
If I were to like tell Google to search for this song, would it find it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking put it on Shazam and shit.
Yeah.
Put it on fucking Spotify. Now there's 4
Hey,
switches,
Grok.
but the deck is too light.
Stop asking. I don't want to talk to Grok.
Grok got super woke, ironically enough, and it was the funniest thing ever. He was
Hey,
he
Grok.
actually went as far as to tweet a picture of Elon and Ghislaine together. I was like, uh-oh.
Oh.
Something interesting about this dungeon too. I want to point out. You don't ever see the moon in here itself in here.
No. Okay, I always figured it was because we are actually the tower ascends so high up into the sky, it's actually bypassing the moon.
What bypasses the moon?
Well, you see this.
Well, what moon crashes into the ground?
Yeah, I was gonna say the moon is not in space. The moon is in the planet itself right now.
Yeah.
It is well below the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Very good point.
Yeah. So.
But then you would see it somewhere else though, like especially if we invert this fucking thing.
Well,
Well,
that's the thing.
this thing has an inversion gimmick.
My point is though, I think the reason why we don't see the moon in this place is because we are far above it at this point. Because remember, we had that long climb up. where you have to use the LG of emptiness statues in order to reach the entrance to this place. I think, personally speaking, we are way above the moon.
It's very plausible. I'll
Yeah.
believe it.
It'd be cool if it was if you come here on day 1,
Yeah.
you see like the
Just
top
the
of
top
the
of it,
moon.
yeah.
So then day 2 and 3, it's just gone completely.
Yeah. Yeah, I also believe because we are on day 2, the moon is lower than what it would start. So maybe, I don't know.
This
I
is
never,
our
I
map.
don't I don't know off the top of my head because normally, as we are talking about in an earlier session, when I know for a fact this is going to be the cycle where I do a dungeon, I always start on day 1. You know, just so I have all the time in the world because I can't multitask that much.
When I played, that was what I did. It was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm going to a dungeon. Let me reset the day and then get back there.
Yeah.
Fun fact: Goron Link is bomb-proof.
Yeah.
And lava
And
proof.
lava-proof.
Or is that high C orange drink?
That's Tang.
That's a orange
Sunny
crush.
D.
Oh yeah, that's Sunny D right there.
I thought it smelled like.
Oh, that's why you don't see the moon, because it's Sunny D.
You ever wanted to taste what a butthole tastes
By the
like?
way, Elliot, that joke still gets great mileage out of me, man.
What, orange soda and butthole?
Yeah. It's like I used it to describe smelly houses and alleyways I've had to go into. Our first one,
Enough for nothing.
Hey, I'm down with one of those.
What, butthole or orange crush?
Yes.
Oh, Christ. And not in that order.
Yeah.
in any order.
That's the fun of it. And people say I don't like non-linear
You'll
experiences.
never know. See, you'll never know, but then years later we'll have a playthrough and it's like, God, I can't stand orange drink. It's like, wait a minute.
So that every time you have a sip of like orange drink, you just giggle to yourself. And then when I ask you, like, what are you laughing about? You're just like, you wouldn't get it.
I don't like it.
Believe it or not.
You would get it.
You wouldn't get it.
And in your head, you're like, butthole.
All right, this is going to be absolutely tangential, but
I don't care.
in in Avatar lore, later on, Mai explicitly buys cherry flavored products and ice cream because Azula hates it.
Just to spite her,
Yeah,
essentially. Okay.
it was also because. Also, I think it was just because like she only hates cherry now because of the association with the event she nearly choked on it,
Yeah,
rather
yeah.
than actually the flavor.
I mean, that's valid, to be fair.
But that's also funny.
All
too.
right.
yeah.
I
Damn.
figured it's because she thinks the color orange is stupid.
That actually brings
Or ugly.
Talking about being tangent. Oh, go ahead, Elliot.
I was gonna say, damn. I hope the cherry's okay.
Well, I was gonna say, was there a bad food experience you had with something that wasn't necessarily the food's fault, but because of the negative association you have with it, you refuse to eat it or at least consider trying?
For me, for the longest time, was ravioli because my dad made me eat 6 of them once when I was a kid.
Oh lord, are we talking like full size
Oh,
ravioli?
like the
Yeah.
big raviolis?
So when I talk like Chef Boyardee,
Full-size ravioli.
full size,
Yeah.
Like actual ravioli.
handmade ravioli. Okay.
Yeah, I got sick of
Yeah.
it because of that.
Damn. What was
This-
in it? What was the
No,
stuff
it's just
with?
regular ravioli, but 6 of them for a fucking 5-year-old kid.
Yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
Because I would also argue it depends on what's filling the ravioli. Like, it was a sausage, was it meat, was it
Run in the middle cheese.
Is it rather cheese? I can't do cheese ravioli.
No?
Perfectly fair.
No, I
Oh my
can't
God,
do.
it's so
I
good.
can't do cheese ravioli.
I think it
Like,
depends on the cheese.
It has to have meat.
Oh boy.
What's usually ricotta cheese?
Yeah.
This is one of those segments for me personally where either I get it right and I look like a pro, or I flub it like this.
Or
and
this
it
is
takes a
happening.
while.
Or you get it on your 6th try, which means you're just like everybody else.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I struggle with this too. Yeah, there you
Six
go.
try.
Yeah, I play Echo the Dolphin.
Oh, speaking. So at the time of this recording, the Game Awards just wrapped up a few days ago, and
Yay.
to a lot of Sega fans' surprise, they have announced that they're reviving a lot of.
I
Classic
saw that
franchises.
with a
They
3D
just-
Streets of Rage. But
Yeah.
Announced their base, not necessarily a roadmap, but the future of Sega games.
Yeah.
yeah, too bad
On the
Sega
way.
of America is still union busting. Uh-oh.
Yeah. But on the topic of the games itself, because that's an entirely different conversation. To a lot of Sega fans' surprise out there, they're reviving a lot of other franchises,
Yeah.
including Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, getting a 3D entry, Crazy Taxi, Shinobi, which really caught me off.
Which looks amazing.
Yeah, and Jet Set Radio.
And Jet Set Radio.
Yeah, and more to come.
Yeah, there's gonna be more.
My
to
favorite
come.
more to come.
Jet Set Radio 3, I'm pretty sure exists only because Bomb Rush Cyberpunk was received so well.
Yeah.
I don't know, because when they announced it, they had footage of all of these games, so it's
Right.
not like,
But I also
hey,
believe
Bomb
it-
Rush looks kind of cool.
I'm
Let's
not-
make this game.
I'm not sure what the
We'll need that for later.
I don't know what the dev cycle is for like games and that sort of thing, but I do know like it doesn't take much to make a proof of concept.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
It takes less than what Sega's spending to bust the union.
I just couldn't. I can't. like speak for like how long it would actually take, but I like to believe that Bomber Cyberpunk has something to do with Jet Set Radio 3.
Very
Not to
possible.
mention, we don't know where they are in these cycles. I mean, this could have been the plan for the last 2 years, or they could have whipped this up in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. I'm genuinely interested to see. I mean, this is something that people have talked about for a while. It's that Sega's sitting on these franchises and they don't do anything with them, and now here you are. Now, what did you think you saw? Let's go through the 5. What did you think of Jet Set?
Well,
For what little we saw of these games.
Well, here's the thing, because this is going into what I was going to say myself, because outside of the Streets of Rage 3D entry, which I'm kind of leery about, because normally 2D beat 'em ups going into 3D doesn't have the best track record. And I'm more referencing Final Fight, because that game had Streetwise and that game wasn't good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I'm hoping that the transition from 2D to 3D works in Streets of Rage's favor.
It could. It all depends upon who executes it. If they do the Yakuza engine in them, are we in for a treat?
But in terms of the franchises that were mentioned specifically, I never really play any of those games. Like, the only one I was remotely interested in out of all those was Shinobi, because I did play Shinobi like as a kid, but not much.
Yeah.
I haven't played Shinobi, but I'm interested in that.
I don't
I'm
ca-
interested
I don't-
in
I don't care about Golden Axe. I never did.
Golden Axe is one of those games. It either hits you or it doesn't. That's all.
The problem with
the way to say it.
the problem with Golden Axe, with the Golden Axe that they showed, was the same thing with Streets of Rage, which is that they're normally side-scrolling games.
yeah.
So switching to 3D, it might have a okay. So like Streets of Rage, for instance, the 3D entry, I feel like that would probably be, out of the 5 that were shown, I feel like that's probably the one that would be the less best received, specifically because Streets of Rage 4 exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this idea of bringing Streets of Rage into the modern era, we already have that, and we like what we saw. Like, that game was fantastic.
Yeah, everybody loved it.
So I feel like it'd be kind of interesting to look at the 3D game and say, oh, that was almost unnecessary.
yeah.
Golden Axe, when I first saw Golden Axe, I didn't when they first showed it, it wasn't really, I didn't know it was the Sega thing yet. I saw Gauntlet Legends.
I did too.
That was what I saw. I was like, oh, this is a multiplayer focused adventure game in a fantasy setting. It doesn't feel like the Golden Axe that I remember, but it looks like it could be a lot of fun.
Honestly, I was just more interested in the and more, because that opens up the window of, like, what do you think else would they would revive?
Sonic 1.
I'm so tired.
You say that, but Sonic Adventure. If they've been developing Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 to fall under this banner of releases,
Have an actual Adventure 3.
Sonic burying the other Sega franchises again. Just
Pretty much.
Like, I really wish.
either that or it just comes out as average. But because it's surrounded by so much other average, maybe it's all mediocre.
Yakuza Kiwami 1, but English dubbed with Mark Hamill back as Gojo Majima.
I don't think Yakuza falls under the same banner.
It doesn't.
I don't put it in the same range as some of these other things.
No,
Yakuza's
because
better.
these well, not even that. It's more like these are franchises that existed so long ago, but have been so neglected. Outside of like Streets of Rage, because again, that we had 4.
Just
a couple
and that
years
was
ago.
developed by somebody else, right?
Yeah. It wasn't even published by Sega.
Yeah, exactly. So it's interesting to see them sort of jump back in and take the reins of some of these.
Was Streets of Rage 4 not Sega?
Not Sega, no.
It
No,
wasn't
I don't.
published by Sega.
No.
I know it
I don't
wasn't
believe
developed.
so.
It wasn't developed by Sega, but it wasn't published by Sega.
No.
I'm pretty sure no.
I'm checking real quick.
Who owns the Streets of Rage IP then?
They might have licensed it out. If they would have licensed it out at a time when they weren't planning on making these games.
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna boof that up. This one's one of the more obnoxious light puzzles in the game. You see, I had the stone mask on because this room has like infinitely spawning dark monsters apparently.
Yeah.
So I use that to keep them off me while I'm doing this. You basically have to feed so much light into one of the mirrors that it holds in a bunch of light energy. When
Yeah.
you're done and you think you got enough, you let go. Then you run from mirror to mirror to wall plate to get it done.
You're essentially daisy chaining this shit.
Yeah.
There's no way to like reflect it so you get them all at once.
No,
No.
Okay.
because you're the only source of reflection in this.
Refraction. Yeah.
And it was published by Dotemu, the same ones who published Strider's Revenge.
Is it
Hold
Dotemu?
on,
I always say
hold on, hold
.emu.
on. You're using published.
And developed.
And developed, yeah.
Developed by .emu or whatever,
Yeah.
Lizard Cube and Guard
.emu.
Crush Games, and then published by .emu.
Yeah.
Who owns the Streets of Rage IP?
I was pretty
Because
sure
I
it
would
was
think,
Sega.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Sega, like, no matter what, but it's like, I would figure that would at least make it so that it's always published by you.
Oh yeah, because I had a stone mask on the Nedrons didn't rise. I hate this fucking room.
Streets of Rage IPA. No.
Oh!
Nice!
Did you see that?
Yeah, look at that. Like, I think with a little more practice, we can fucking, like, billiards this
I
shit.
like legit didn't see it because of fucking searching this shit.
Wait a minute, I want to see something now. I'm curious. Is it possible to leap all the way from pillar to pillar with the Goron?
I think you can't turn tight enough for the
yeah.
U-turn.
All right, but you know this is gonna be the hard one here because you got barely nanoseconds to make that.
Yeah, as far as I can see, Sega still owns the IP.
Okay. I'm just a little confused by that because I would think it's weird that even when you license it out to another developer, you would still have publishing rights for it, or at least have it mentioned in like the game's release.
Unless the idea is that you don't want to have anything to do with it.
I guess
like
so.
you don't want to make it.
This
You don't want to
one's
publish
not,
it.
Like, this one's not on us.
Yeah,
It's like,
you're just like here, just you use the IP and go for it, and we just make money off of it. Which might be why they went 3D.
could be.
You know, you don't want to step on the toes of Streets of Rage 4, so you make a 3D version, and that way you can just buy that one instead.
Why continue a good thing?
Who the fuck are you to do something right? That's not the Sonic Team method.
Well,
So-
but it's not Sonic Team though.
So
Just
now,
Sega, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
see, now Crazy Taxi, ironically, a lot of people were saying that that's the one that they felt the least interested in, and that's the one that I think would be the most interesting.
I see. Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing for me when Crazy Taxi came up. I'm like, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah,
the most.
I think
Crazy
that's
Taxi
great.
for me is like once you get past the memes, it's fine, but it's gonna be one of those. It's like a really good fart. You rip one, it makes your ass feel a little better, but afterwards,
I mean, it's arcade.
But
I mean, that's great. But what's that have to do with Crazy Taxi?
Yeah.
I was talking about the fleeting pleasures of a good
No,
fart.
I know, but you're talking about the fact that it's a one note wonder that
Yeah.
that you do it and it's done.
Yeah.
But nowadays you could make Crazy Taxi a much more mission based. You can actually have a story mode where the objectives in the story are going to places, picking people up, dropping people off. They're going to have a multiplayer mode.
All right, Gus,
Where
you have to
it's gonna
escort
be-
this domestic terrorist over.
You know,
overseas.
it's going to be like you either
Interesting.
you're all free in the map and you try and get as many points as you can in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Or you have like a race mode where you each have to pick somebody up and you drive them to a spot. Like there's a lot you can do with this game in an arcadey format, but
Ow.
in a multiplayer format.
I think Simpsons Road Rage had something like that.
Yeah.
Simpsons Road Rig was just Crazy Taxi with the Simpsons skin on it.
But
Yeah.
they had more stuff to
They
it.
have
There were more
there was
modes
plenty
and
to
stuff,
work
right?
with in that.
Yeah, so I think you can actually. I think Crazy Taxi is the one that I'm most confident in.
Yeah.
Because Streets of Rage, even if it's good, people are gonna look at 4 and think that was probably better. Golden Axe is I like Golden Axe as a multiplayer, like a Gauntlet Legends type thing.
Yeah.
And if Jet Grind Radio isn't, or I'm sorry, Jet Set Radio, if that's not amazing, people are just gonna say, "I'll just play Bomb Rush."
Yeah. Or go back to the other two.
Yeah, you know.
I just honestly hope, like, if any of them end up tanking, granted, I know it's like the game business and not the game art, but I just hope that if some of them tank, they don't give up on it. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
No, I don't think they will.
but this falls on Sega. I think more than anything because there was enough buzz on the announcement of these games being announced to capitalize on. Just promote the games.
Yeah.
That's literally all you can really do at this point outside of like releasing them clearly. But just promote the games. Treat them with care to show audiences that hey, they have a little faith in this, so maybe we should consider investing in it. It looks pretty cool. That's all I ask. Like promote the fucking game.
Yeah.
Make some variety.
Yeah.
Make sure that there's a lot. Don't make them all arcade experiences. You make it so that it's really, it's a variety of things, and that's going to come down to the franchises after
Yeah.
the ones that aren't announced. What would you like to see?
Regarding Garrow Master
Yeah,
here,
this is the Garrow Master.
for the record, unlike the other Garrows, you don't block his swords. He manages to hold on to his. You're going to want to side jump out the way, and then you can hit him with a jump slash, set up your shield afterwards immediately to block, and you can easily take him out with no life lost. I didn't do that. Because I was really getting immersed in that conversation a little bit. Remember the rules of the Garo. Interestingly enough, with him, he blows up. The other ones just fade.
Yeah.
You think he was human? Or maybe a descendant of the Garo?
Or he was a bomb
that's a
shoe in
box.
disguise.
I mean, but who's to say he was that?
Yeah. And to answer your question, for me, Vector Man.
Vector Man?
I want to see Knights attempt it again.
Yeah.
I want to see
Toe Jam and Earl.
that's
No,
valid.
Toe Jam and Earl still gets games.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they made a
yeah, but, okay,
Well,
reset.
to be fair,
wasn't
Streets of Rage also got a game, and that's still part of the Sega comeback.
Wasn't the last Toe Jam and Earl Kickstarter?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it wasn't, and it was okay.
We do have to wrap it up though.
Yeah.
Can I get through this one more room?
Yeah, let's get to this room before we.
Now we have this asshole here. He has armor.
For my
That's
answer,
kinda
I
what
would
I
like to see what they do with Phantasy Star
Me and
or
John- yeah, we-
Panzer Dragoon.
I would say, I want to see something more for Panzer Dragoon before Fantasy Star because Fantasy
Yeah.
Star still has online.
Yeah, but as a regular party-based
Regular
RPG, like a straight-up
Yeah,
RPG.
just regular traditional RPG.
Yeah.
Forgive me, I thought there was something else down here.
But I think at this point, dude, like they need to just, like, I'm not entirely sure how well it would do financially because I think it's one of those things that people will, like, speak some good word of mouth, but won't actually capitalize on buying it. But people, they need to just fucking remake Panzer Dragoon Saga at this point.
Yeah. Well, Forever
we-
Entertainment was
Yeah.
supposed to be doing that,
Yeah.
supposedly.
No, we have a Panzer Dragoon remake.
Panzer Dragoon
Saga,
Okay,
the RPG.
specifically.
The RPG.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
RPG. Yeah.
That's why Forever Entertainment
One-
did.
like, as much as I probably hesitate to say this, the one everyone only cares about.
Ouch.
Because
Pretty much,
no one
yeah.
talks about the first Panzer Dragoon or Orta or
Zwei.
That was the Xbox one, right?
No,
Orta
Orta was the
Orta
Xbox
the
one.
other
Zwei was the second one on Saturn.
On Saturn, right? And don't get me wrong, I've seen those games in action. They're essentially Star Fox, but with dragons.
Yeah.
And like
Which is
it
great.
looks really cool. I don't hear anyone else talk about them.
No,
Like, outside
nobody-
of Sega
nobody
enthusiasts,
talks
it is
about 'em.
always Dragoon Saga that everyone mentions, and only because of just how fucking scarce it is.
Yeah.
So like, my hope is that if they finally decide to pull the trigger on it, people will actually buy it.
Yeah, people check it out, and
really-
people just
they really
just
should.
give me a collection where I can just remaster the Saga and then do something after.
Yeah.
I wonder who that big fella is down the hall. I guess we'll find that out when we return next time to Majora's Mask.
You think he plays Panzer Dragoon?
No.
He's never heard of it. He can't afford it.